Around BVA, regional group VSOs unite to present flags. A photo accompanies this first Around BVA entry. It reveals 8 people standing together, all with masks and in front of a full-length window to the outside or to a courtyard. A bright sunshine is seen outside the window. 3 of the 8 persons standing are dressed in formal business attire, and the remainder are all in casual clothing. Moving left to right to the 5th and 6th persons in the group, 2 white canes are present. The 3rd and 4th individuals, dressed in business attire, are together holding up a Braille flag, while a gentleman to their left is holding up a plaque. The other individual in business attire is the 8th and final person to the right. The caption reads, "Left to right, Vietnam Veterans of America, VVA, Louisiana State Commander David Devine, local VVA and Combat Vets of Louisiana, 6-6 member, Michael Rooks, Alexandria VA Healthcare System Director Peter Dancy, Community Living Center Nurse Manager Natalie Swafford, Regional Group Vice President William Gordy, Regional Group Secretary Gary Schulerman, local VVA member Ronnie Mayu, and Bros Laurel Miller." The content of this bulletin entry reads as follows. The Louisiana-Mississippi Regional Group joined with members of other VSOs of Central Louisiana on October 21 to donate a bronze Braille U.S. flag and an accompanying plaque to both the Alexandria, Louisiana VA Medical Center and the Veterans Community Living Center. Present in support of the event were Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 1131, Combat Vets of Louisiana, Chapter 6-6, American Legion Post 3, Veterans of Foreign Wars, Post 1736, Disabled American Veterans, AMVETS Post 7, and the Central Louisiana Veterans, a representation of all the VSOs in the local area in support of the Alexandria VA Medical Center. Peter Dancy, Director of the Alexandria VA Healthcare System, and Natalie Swafford, Nurse Supervisor of the Community Living Center, gladly accepted the flags and plaques. The donated flag is a 12 by 13-inch bronze relief flag with raised stars and stripes and the Pledge of Allegiance printed in Braille on the stripes. The accompanying plaque honors the World War II veterans who formed the Blinded Veterans Association on March 28, 1945. The cross-section of American heroes who organized BVA and participated in its early beginnings shaped the history, philosophy, knowledge, and skills of blinded veterans through education and rehabilitation so that they could take their rightful place in the community and create a world built upon equality. Our hope is to help BVA get a Braille flag in every VA facility so that every veteran, despite their disability, can still enjoy and be proud of the flag that they served under, said Gary Schulerman, Louisiana-Mississippi Regional Group Secretary. Director Dancy thanked the organizations for the donation on behalf of the more than 1,200 employees of the Alexandria Healthcare System. Regional Group Vice President William Gordy offered thanks from the regional group to the other VSOs for their support in making the donations possible, while Gary's remarks praised VA for its world-class programs to train and rehabilitate veterans who have lost some or all of their sight due to combat or other causes. Alexandria Blind Rehabilitation Outpatient Specialist Laurel Miller, in turn, thanked BVA for the donation on behalf of BRS and then explained how the 6 dots of a Braille cell work with a combination of dots representing each letter of the alphabet. She related that Braille has been called the 6-point star because it shines in the night for many persons who are blind. Thank you to all our shining stars, our blinded veterans, and thank you for your shining service to the American people, she said. Proactive Tennessee President promotes adaptive sports. Tennessee Regional Group President Calvin Poole has now been actively engaged for nearly 8 years in helping blinded veterans remain active in the outdoors. He creatively locates resources at his disposal in the Memphis area to make it all possible. The COVID-19 pandemic has not stopped him or even slowed him down. His activities to make life better for blinded veterans has been largely unknown to most BVA members outside his regional group, at least until now. In addition to his BVA position, Calvin is president of the Tri-State Adaptive Sports Association, Incorporated, TASA, an organization offering sports activities to disabled veterans residing in the western portion of Tennessee, northern Mississippi, and eastern Arkansas. Calvin is a Navy veteran who served from 1976 to 1982. TASA, organizes a variety of activities, many of which are carried out at a 46-acre complex now called the All Veterans Golf Plex, including a 9-hole golf course previously run by the Memphis Athletic Ministries, but which has now been transformed into a unique hangout for veterans and their families. The site was turned over to the Vietnam Veterans of America, VVA, Chapter 1113 of Memphis in the fall of 2019. Originally the Memphis Defense Depot in its early history, the land is now being renovated to make it more accessible to veterans with special needs, including several blinded and visually impaired veterans of the Tennessee Regional Group and those who are served by the Memphis VA Medical Center. VIST coordinator Keith Tackett encourages his veterans to participate in TASA activities and actively publicizes them. In 2013, TASA had a single member, Calvin Poole. Now there are more than 40 members. We try to reach out to all veterans and their families who can benefit from the things we are doing, said Calvin. There are many other activities in addition to golf, and it's so gratifying to see the change in perspective that happens when we engage ourselves and not just sit around at home, a transformation that happened with me personally. Calvin is serious. In the middle of a global pandemic with cases rising in many areas of the country, he helped TASA plan and carry out an adaptive sports day at the complex on October 22 in conjunction with White Cane Day. According to Calvin, the activities all took place using the appropriate social distancing protocols. The protocols included setting up tables with balloons where temperatures were taken. The activities included a tour of the facility and competitions such as cornhole tosses, beanbag tosses, and bocce. During its early years, TASA has also sponsored goalball, tandem cycling, archery, bowling, skiing, fishing activities, and a variety of camps. The group has also coordinated activities with the Challenged Athletes Foundation and the United States Association of Blind Athletes. Audio Description Project seeks blinded veterans. Descripathon, a University of Hawaii-based, federally funded research project that includes partnerships with the U.S. National Park Service, the American Council of the Blind, ACB, and Google, is looking for participants from the blinded veteran population for its upcoming virtual event February 9 through 11, 2021. Descripathon uses conference calls plus online tools and resources to create an engaging and, in the current culture, a COVID-19 safe learning environment that incorporates gameplay to investigate areas about media accessibility, especially for persons who are blind, deafblind, and low vision. According to Brett Opegard, Ph.D., principal investigator of the Unidescription Project and associate professor in the School of Communications at the University of Hawaii at Manoa, the upcoming 3-day event will focus on producing audio descriptions for the blind from already printed brochures that the public uses at 12 National Park Service sites and 2 Fish and Wildlife Service sites in the Midwestern United States, 1 Canadian park site, and the Helen Keller Center in New York. The efforts of the participants in this event to make the site brochures accessible to all will contribute to greater enjoyment of the sites by those who are not able to read and visualize the materials, including the photos and graphics. During this process, volunteers, all participating from their homes in different parts of the country, join teams of park staff and park volunteers to work on the printed piece together in a small team environment of 4 to 6 persons. Extensive training, which includes friendly competition as part of the learning process, is included. Although participation in the Descripathon requires a significant commitment of time on that Tuesday through Thursday, about 8 hours each day, we've seen just how rewarding the experience can be for many of our participants from ACB in the past, said Dr. Opegard. The brochures for which audio description is produced has visual information about a site's orientation, cultural importance, and things to do there. The Descripathon groups work on remediating those visual media, such as photos and maps, into audio forms that can be heard on free mobile apps and National Park Service websites. Beside the time commitment, the only requirement of BVA members would be a good internet connection, a smartphone, and an engaged interest in improving audio description, especially at national parks. Dr. Opegard emphasized they do not need to come with any type of educational background or knowledge, and in the end, we found that participants will have had some great fun, made new friends, refined their understanding of audio description, learned about national parks, and maybe even won a valuable prize or two. Blinded veterans interested in participating in the upcoming Descripathon should contact Dr. Brett Opegard as soon as possible at brett.oppegaard@hawaii.edu. Questions and interest can also be directed to Stuart Nelson at BVA National Headquarters, SNELSON@bva.org, or 202-371-8880, extension 316. Gruber Miller Scholarships available for 2021-22. BVA will award 7 total higher education scholarships for the 2021-22 academic year, 6 under the Catherine F. Gruber program umbrella for $2,000 each, and 1 $1,000 scholarship in the name of Thomas H. Miller. The Gruber Scholarship Program is now in its 38th year. The Miller Program, now in its 9th year, requires the same application process and qualifications as the Gruber Awards, except for an added emphasis on music and the fine arts. The Scholarship Committee will choose 7 total recipients for both awards and 2 alternates. Dependent children, grandchildren, and spouses of blinded veterans and those of active duty blinded service members of the U.S. Armed Forces are eligible for the scholarships. The veteran must be legally blind, and the blindness may be either service-connected or non-service-connected. The spouse or parent who qualifies as the blinded veteran does not have to be a BVA member. Additionally, to be eligible for one of the scholarships, an applicant must have been accepted for admission or already be enrolled as a full-time student in an accredited institution of higher education or business, secretarial, or vocational training school. The scholarships are intended to defray a student's educational expenses, including tuition, books, and other academic fees. Scholarship payments will be made by BVA directly to the educational institution. Scholarships will be awarded on a most highly qualified basis utilizing the following criteria: answers to questions in the application form, transcripts of high school and/or college records, 3 letters of reference, a 300-word essay on the applicant's lifetime educational career goals and aspirations, and past awards and achievements. Each scholarship is awarded for 1 year only, and the number of scholarships recipients may receive under each program is limited to 4. Applications for the scholarships may be obtained from bva.org or by request via email to bjones@bva.org or by calling 202-371-8880. To qualify for the 2021-22 academic year, applicants must send completed applications and supporting materials so that they arrive at BVA National Headquarters by Friday, April 16, 2021. Due to time constraints related to processing the applications for the Scholarship Committee's review, applications arriving after the deadline will not be accepted. Incomplete applications will not be submitted to the Scholarship Committee. It is the responsibility of the applicant to ensure a complete application. For more information, please contact Administrative Director Bridget Jones at 202-371-8880, extension 330. Feldman Funds assist students. The Blinded Veterans Association Auxiliary, BVAA, will award 2 $2,000 and 1 $1,000 Renee Feldman scholarships for the 2021-22 academic year. The annual scholarships are open to the spouses or children of blinded veterans, and membership in BVA is not required. To be eligible for a Feldman Scholarship, the applicant must have been accepted at the school of one's choice. The institution in question may be a vocational school, community college, or university. The fees in all cases are paid directly to the school and are intended to defray the cost of tuition, books, and general fees. The application process for the scholarships includes supplying information about previous academic achievement, a statement of present goals and plans, a 300-word essay, and letters of reference. Completed application packets must be received no later than January 31, 2021. For details and to request an application, visit www.nbvaaux.org/educational-for-veterans.html or contact Scholarship Chairperson Lottie Davis at 703-521-3745 or lottie.pete@verizon.net. Joanne King describes challenges, joys in book. Joanne King, wife of longtime BVA member Terry King, has published an account of their challenging but rewarding life together as a blind couple pursuing educational, career, and family goals. Terry, who passed away in July 2019, served in a variety of regional group leadership capacities from the time the couple moved from the Chicago area to Florida, while Joanne was an active leader in the Florida Regional Group Auxiliary. He was regional group president for several years at different times. Joanne and Terry met at the Chicago Lighthouse for the Blind and were married in 1963. The couple had 4 children. Joanne outlines the challenges of first, being blind, second, the additional challenges of being blind and married, third, the further adversities and uphill climb involved in being blind and married to another blind person. Add to those the additional challenges of raising children without either spouse being able to physically see them. A resounding theme of the book is that many challenges of their lives brought with them indelible positive memories and life's greatest joys. You can do anything you want as long as you have the will to do it, she declares. One of the activities Joanne and Terry most wanted to pursue, with a will to do so, was boating. The book highlights the challenges involved in going after that goal and their subsequent adventures on the water. The book is available in print and digital format on Amazon at https://amzn.to/3jcs uppercase D 9 lowercase m. Schollerman visits new BVA Quarters. A photo accompanies this brief Around BVA blurb. It is a 3/4 length snapshot of a gentleman with a white cane in his right hand, standing exactly in the middle and in front of double glass doors. He is wearing a dark BVA polo shirt with the BVA emblem embroidered on the left breast. His left hand is holding a face covering that he has just removed for the photo. The door on the left displays a shoulder-level graphic of the BVA emblem. The door on the right displays the VBA logo equivalent in terms of size and diversity of color. The caption states, Louisiana-Mississippi Regional Group Secretary Gary Schollerman, outside BVA's Alexandria National Headquarters, 3rd floor, main entrance. The account of the event reads, in October 2019, BVA National Headquarters moved 3 blocks from its previous location on the 3rd floor of the Fleet Reserve Association building in Alexandria, Virginia, to newly renovated space on the 3rd floor of a modern 7-story condominium complex. Since the move, only a small handful of BVA members beyond those on the board of directors have visited the new digs. On October 7th, Gary Schollerman and his wife, Morel, stopped by for a quick tour during a trip to the Washington, D.C. area on personal business. The couple also treated the public relations team to lunch at a local favorite, Asian Bistro, located on historic King Street, 3 blocks from the office. USA Today spotlights BVA members. A USA Today Veterans Day Special Edition, published annually the first week in November, included a feature story in this year's issue on blinded veterans and their current challenges and opportunities in adjusting to life with vision loss. The article, composed by freelance writer Matt Alderton, touches on issues such as recovery, rehabilitation and training, education and career planning, relationships, legislation technology, and guide dogs. BVA Executive Director Donald Overton, Former BVA National President David Szymowski, San Diego Regional Group, and BVA member John Todd, Michigan Regional Group, were all interviewed and quoted in the article. For more information about the article or to obtain a copy, please contact Stuart Nelson at BVA National Headquarters at 202-371-8880, extension 316. Save dates for 2021 St. Louis Gathering. A photo taken at dusk of a 19-story building accompanies this brief entry. The camera is aimed directly at one corner of the building. In some small foreground space are roads surrounding the building. In the background are other tall downtown buildings. Street lamps, as well as decorative lights around the bottom portion of the building, have been turned on. Marquees containing the name and company logo on two different sides of the building slightly below the roof reveal that the building is a Marriott hotel. The caption reads, "Right-angle view of Marriott St. Louis Grand Hotel, site of the 2021 BVA National Convention. Photo courtesy of Expedia.com." The full text of the blurb reads, "Notwithstanding having to cancel a national convention for the first time in 75 years due to COVID-19, plans are still in place to gather at the Marriott St. Louis Grand in downtown St. Louis, Missouri, in late summer 2021. Official dates for the BVA member attendees are August 16 through 20. Room rates, meeting schedules, exhibit hall information, and other highlights will be shared in the next two issues of the Bulletin. Information of immediate importance will be sent via email to regional group officers and uploaded to bva.org.